So today, as you guys are seeing this, is actually my last day at my current work, and I'm super happy to be done because honestly, it's not an easy job whatsoever. If you guys have ever worked in a warehouse, it is not fucking fun whatsoever. But yeah, last day, can't wait to get this over and done with. Obviously today I have been at work, so I'm recording this because it is a Wednesday, and it was fucking shit. Like, genuinely, it was so fucking busy. Like, I don't understand how it's got this busy, because Wednesdays actually used to be one of the quiet days, which is strange to think about now because it's so fucking busy on a Wednesday nowadays. But hey ho, we roll with it. I know it has fucked up my hands a little bit. Honestly, there is like calluses all over both my left and right hand, and that is partially due to work, and another part due to playing the guitar, which I've just started learning, and honestly that has been a lot of fun, because honestly I really like learning the guitar. It's just been a lot of fun just to piss about with, pick up, have a bit of a jam, I guess you could say. But yeah, honestly, it's been a lot of fun just trying to learn this stuff. Learning new things, honestly, is brilliant. I fucking love it. But, well, I say trying new things, I'm actually experimenting with a very different kind of recording setup in this video, because I have my laptop on my bed and I have my mic right in front of me. So yeah, it's kind of a very ghetto kind of recording setup. Basically, my PC can be quite slow when it's first turning on, which it is right now. So what I'm going to do is export this to my main PC and then get the gameplay from my main PC, because there's a lot more gameplay on there than there is on my laptop. I think there is like a few little things here on my laptop, but there's honestly not that much. So whatever gameplay you guys end up seeing, I think I'm going to use MW2. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But anyway, welcome to another Storytime video, guys. Now, it's been, well, actually no, it hasn't been a while. It's only been like, what, 2 weeks ish, maybe 3 at the most. And yeah, honestly, I really enjoy making these. I want to make them much more frequently. However, I am concerned that I will eventually run out of stories, because my life is pretty mundane, as I have mentioned. But hopefully today's story should be a pretty interesting one. So I know we have wasted enough time already. This is probably the longest intro to a story time yet. But yeah, let's jump straight into this. So this story takes place probably about a year and a half ago. So actually maybe a year and a few months ago. So this was the summer of 2021, probably just going into it actually. It's probably just as I'd finished college in May. And yeah, basically one of my friends, we're going to call him Mark, hits me up and says, "Yo, Quinton, do you want to go to the Yorkshire Dales?" Which, if you don't know, the Yorkshire Dales is a national park we have over in England. If you haven't guessed, it's located in Yorkshire. Obviously, I live in Lancashire, so it's in, like the county to the west of us. So, wait, no, sorry, the east of us. Sorry, my fucking directions just went retarded then. You can tell it's been a long day, but yeah, so Mark hits me up and says, "Oh, do you want to go to Yorkshire Dales? Calvin's coming, pretty sure he's bringing Bud, and yeah, we can just like chill out. I obviously won't be smoking because I'm driving, and yeah, you guys can just sit in the car and just like, I don't know, fucking laugh at the radio or whatever," which, it does happen.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
But yeah, a few hours go by and Mark comes and picks me up and we jump in the car. I say hi to Calvin, do that "what's up bro" kind of thing. And this sounds really stereotypical, but yeah, I basically, I say hi to Calvin, "How you doing?" And the next question is, "Yo, you got the stuff? You got the stuff?" And he bakes up like 4 or 5 grams of weed, and he was just like, yeah, we're gonna smoke some of this today. I can't remember what fucking strain it was. He just said it was like some dog or something. I think it might have been guava dog, because Calvin is quite fond of that, even though he doesn't really smoke anymore. But yeah, basically we jump in the car and we head off down the motorway. So essentially, we're going down the motorway and you turn off for the Yorkshire Dales in this little spot that literally looks like you're going into Lord of the Rings. Like, you drop down and you can literally just see all of the valley beneath you, and it looks so fucking cool. I will try and get a picture of this one day and show you guys. I'll put it on Twitter or something, because it just looks so fucking good. But yeah, basically while we're on the way to the Yorkshire Dales, Calvin says, "Oh, do you want to go to that forest that around here? Should we go there?" Now, this forest is not like the one in our hometown. and it's essentially just a massive forest, like, you know, fucking Slender Woods. It's basically that. And, you know, Mark agrees and I agree, and we go towards this wood, and on the way we decide to stop somewhere, because there's like a nice little picnic spot, which is a bit weird, with no one around it. And yeah, we just decide, you know what, let's smoke up here. So we smoke up, and within like 10-15 minutes I start feeling it, Calvin starts feeling it, and Mark's just kind of like laughing at us because we look so high apparently. Yeah, we basically smoked like this fat, I'll call it dense spliff, and we ended up getting so fucking high off it. We got back in the car, and I just remember sitting back, looking at the ceiling, and just being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and I started doing this really weird thing with my hands. So if I'm basically, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that noise. Yeah, you should be able to hear that. But I started making that noise with my hands, just like rubbing it against my palms, like my fingers against my palms, because when I'm high, my skin just has a really interesting texture, apparently. I know that sounds really retarded, but honestly, I don't know how to describe it other than that. So I'm there just constantly feeling my hands and my fingers, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with this, bro? But yeah, I'm sat in the back of the car, staring at the ceiling, just like, yo, this is so fucking good. Calvin looks back at me like, you good, Quinton? And I'm like, yeah, bro. I say the most cringe shit ever, and it's just like, yeah, bro, how you doing, yo? And we're just there, like, kind of, you know, vibing, got some tunes on. I'm pretty sure we had Skillet, MCR, Red Hot Chili Peppers, basically a bunch of shit that we usually play in the car, and we eventually arrive at the forest. And honestly, when I made the comparison earlier that this forest was like Slender Forest. Like, we literally went in, we parked up, and we walked into the woods and sat down by this stream on like a mossy verge, and you could hear jack shit. There's no motorways, no roads nearby, and you could literally just hear nothing other than the sounds of the woods. You heard some like weird animal calls, which kind of freaked me out a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty uneventful. We just kind of like walked through the woods. I walked through the forest, and I was like, yo, fucking Slender Man, where you at? But continue walking through the forest. There wasn't that much doing. All you could hear is like the sound of our footsteps. That was literally it. There was nothing else, absolutely nothing else, other than like weird birds and stuff like that, and some weird noise that sounded like a scream. Like, this genuinely happened. Mark actually remembers it. But we were just like, what the fuck was that? And what I think it was is a fox, because they make some horrible fucking noises, those little bastards. But basically we have a little wander in the woods high as fuck, and it was honestly pretty fucking spooky, to be honest. It wasn't like dark or anything, but the trees are just so dense, it really looked like it could be night on the forest floor. You didn't quite need a torch to see, you could just like walk around and that, but it was really fucking dark in there. So we head back to the car, we get back in, and we continue on our route to the Yorkshire Dales. Now, as we're going through, we do stop once again just to have a piss and that, and there's this really fucking annoying bird that I was staring at for a good like 10 minutes, and I was like, I fucking hate that bird. Because it was being really loud and obnoxious, and it's become a running joke within our friend group that this bird is like the bane of my existence. And every time we go to the Yorkshire Dales, because we did go on Saturday as I'm recording this video, and I was mentioned to Mark actually, I'm like, yo, where the fuck's that bird? I'm gonna shoot it. Yeah, so we stop, we get harassed by a bird, and then we continue on our journey. So we're just kind of like looking out the window, looking at all the mountains and stuff, because there is this one bit of the Yorkshire Dales where you're going along this like really windy road, and there's loads of mountains around you. It looks really fucking cool, and we were just sat there like, yo, bro, that's fucking sick. Like, I do have a very similar experience, just more intense, which was in the Lake District actually, and I hopefully want to tell that story at some point, because I was going to actually do it for 100 subscribers, to be honest with you, because it's quite a good story, honestly, and I was going to break it up into 2 parts. I just haven't had time, fucking hell, I haven't had time to tell it yet, so hopefully that should be coming very soon as a 100 sub story. But basically we're continuing along the roads, looking at all the stuff, and we decide, you know what, let's find a nice quiet spot, let's have another spliff. So I can't even remember where we stopped properly. I think we stopped just at like some like random pull-in around like what looked like a quarry. It wasn't a quarry, but it looked like there was like a massive grass mound around it, which looked really fucking weird. And yeah, it was just like, we just stopped there, had a spliff. It was already pre-rolled in the car because Calvin had fought ahead. And yeah, we just, smoked up again, and I got even more high, which was probably not a good idea because on the way home, I don't think I said a single word. I was just kind of like staring at the ceiling again and just fucking like out of it, like literally out of it. We went back through the Trough of Bowling because that's one of my favourite parts to just do in the car because you can just listen to music. I think at this point I did put on some music, but yeah, other than that, there was nothing really going on until Mark suggested that we go to McDonald's because that's always what you want after you've had a fat spliff. You're just there like, yo, I fancy a Mackey's, I want 20 chicken nuggets. So I went in, I got a chicken wrap, 20 chicken nuggets, and a vanilla milkshake because I'm a basic bitch. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty uneventful day. We're already 12 minutes into this recording, fucking hell. But yeah, other than that, there wasn't too much interesting. I think we did actually go to the pub afterwards. Like, we started to come down a little bit. Like, I was still high as fucking kite, but it started to mellow out, I guess. That's one way of putting it. So we did go to the pub. We sat in there and we were just kind of like staring at each other. Like, honestly, going to the pub while high is so shit. Like, it is just like boring as fuck. You don't know what to do. And you start laughing at every last random thing. So, yeah, it definitely doesn't look dodgy at all. But yeah, we have 2 pints, go home, and go to bed, essentially. And that's the end of the story. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that story. I know it was a bit of a, kind of like a mediocre one. Nothing really happened. But I just thought it would be really cool to share the story of the time we smoked in the Yorkshire Dales. Because nothing really mad happened. I just felt really high in the back of the car. And I thought it was like a really cool story to tell, and Calvin actually did suggest that I tell the story because it's honestly a really fucking good one. And I do have obviously another story based on being on a certain substance in the car, which I've just mentioned. It was the first time I tripped on acid, which should be a very good story. Well, I say the first and the only time I have ever took acid, and I'm going to break that up into 2 parts because it should be an interesting video. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video here. If you did enjoy, please do the like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you never miss a single video, or alternatively, you can join the Discord server as a link down below. But anyway, this has been QuinntonTV, and I'll see you all in the next one.